Sup everyone, it's the GTG coming to you from Singapore to the NYC. And today's video is a question from a guy who's been asking this over and over and over again, and I'm really sorry it's taking so long to do a video. But anyway, Matthew Zone 1 is his YouTube username. Now, Matthew is 20 years old, he is 5'6", and he wants to know if his growth plates are closed, is it still possible to grow taller? Now, he's been asking me this on pretty much every single video. I've just been taking my time to get round to this. But yeah, how can I grow taller if my growth plates are closed is the question. And to be honest, it's one of those like vague areas that no one really goes into any detail over, and no one really knows, you know, if it's true or if it's not true. What's the deal here, right? So a lot of people's doctors are quite willing to say, oh yeah, if your plates are closed then you cannot grow taller. Well, when do my plates close, doc? Oh, when you're about 21. And then someone else's doctor will say, oh, when you're about 20. Oh, after puberty. When you're 25. It's all like, there's no correct answer. Like, all these doctors, it does my head in, because they don't know what, they aren't height specialists, and they don't know what they're talking about, and they haven't got significant amounts of results from people doing grow taller programs to actually say, well, this is the average, and yeah, I think actually you might be able to grow. It's just, no, these are the rules. You can't do it. So it kind of, just take what your doctor says about growth plates with a pinch of salt, okay? And you know me, I never take things as face value. My doctor said to me when I was 5'8", no, that's it, you're done, Lance, done growing. But yeah, I'm 6'3" now, so can you explain that one, doc? And the thing is, if you go back to him and say, oh yeah, by the way, I have grown, they just sort of pass it off. Oh, you were lucky. Oh, late bloomer. That's not scientific. It's just like, what? You know, it's just, I don't know, one of those things, man. So, to be honest, I mean, I've been doing this now since 2007 is when I first started the whole grow taller thing. And I've had clients who are even in the mid-30s experience growth of up to 6 inches. So whether their plates were closed then or not, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty much sure by the age of like maybe 25 or 30 that they would have been closing. I always say that once you pass 30, the likelihood of you growing any more than 3 inches is a blessing, really. You know, it's that cut-off point. But before 30, 3 to 6 inches is definitely possible, regardless of whether your growth plates are open or not. And to be honest, it's quite hard for me, because not a lot of people want to give testimonials, because people don't want other people to know that they've used a grow taller program. So it's quite hard to say, look, can you just tell people your story? It's really hard. It's really hard. But you know, the thing is that a lot of people who have grown taller, and perhaps the plates were closed, they haven't actually had it checked to see whether the plates were closed before they started the program, if you know what I mean. So it's like, I think from what people tell me, it's quite an expensive thing to get checked. I think they have to do like a specialist X-ray or something to measure whether the plates are actually closed. But guys, you know, like I say, I've tested this for over, how long now? 5 years. And people in the age range from 12 to 35 have still managed to gain the 6 inches, you know. So I wouldn't, it's one of those things, man. It's just like, it's one of those viruses that gets into people's heads, and it just distracts the focus. Like no offense to Matthew, but Matthew's kept asking me this question over and over again, and it's as though that's the focus, you know. It's like, well, if my plates are closed, then I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna forget about it, because the doctor says that if my plates are closed, then I can't do it. Screw what the doctor says, man. The doctor isn't bothered. The doctor doesn't care about your hopes and dreams. They don't care that much about you. They just want to do their job and go see the next patient, you know. So just ignore what they say and just carry on with your dream, man. Because I hate it, because people will just focus on, oh no, I've been told this, and when that becomes your focus, it's like, any time that you've ever actually achieved something where you're focusing on the negative or the positive, where you're focusing on the results or the destructive opinion of what people say, you know. And quite often you'll find that if you've ever achieved something, it's because you looked beyond the obstacle, and because you saw the goal in the end, you know, you saw yourself taller, or you saw yourself lose weight, or you saw yourself, I don't know, richer or in a better job, and it wasn't because you thought, oh no, I'm just going to accept the circumstances. You know, it's not like that at all. So just take what doctors say with a pinch of salt. They really drive me crazy. You know, I also think as well, like, I mean, I'm doing like a muscle training program, and bodybuilders, their peak is actually 35 years old. So I think to myself, well, my program primarily promotes like growth hormone, and why can't people who release that growth hormone like put it into the height even up to the age of 35? There's just no way that like growth plates are the be all and end all. It's just not true, man. So yeah, you know, it's just don't believe the doctors. Don't let them take your focus away from. It's as though they chuck these obstacles in your way to get you to forget about growing taller, and just for you just to completely forget